Well, two new polls show that Australians are losing trust in the Albanese government. Resolve Political Monitor shows that Labor's primary has fallen to 28%, while the Coalition's is sitting at 36%. The Herald reports that Labor's primary is now at the lowest level since Resolve polling began 3 years ago. It's also the first time Dutton has eclipsed Albanese only just in the poll as preferred PM. And Freshwater Strategies research shows Albanese has lost significant ground to Peter Dutton, just 2 percentage points ahead now as preferred PM. And for the first time, receiving a lower approval rating than the opposition leader. Joining me now, former Labor Minister Graham Richardson and Scott Morrison's former Press Secretary Andrew Carswell. Richo, Andrew, good to see you both. Now, Richo, a primary of 28% for Labor. If you believe these figures, if they've got them right, 28% is brutal for Labor. Should your mate Albo be worried by these polls?
I think anybody who doesn't worry about a 28% poll's got to be kidding themselves. It is a very poor result, and it causes, I think, concern for every Labor supporter in the country.
I mean, the primary that Labor got at the last election was 33%. Already that was historic lows. But since then, Albanese, I mean, he had a long honeymoon, but now the cost of living crisis, so many other scandals, the detainees who've been released and are causing havoc. I mean, all of this is now denting the view, the perception in voters' minds about the Prime Minister's competence. I mean, Andrew, do you think, though, that Dutton is surging ahead enough to win the election?
Well, Sharri, it's an awfully hard road ahead for the Coalition. The numbers are astronomical, but they are on the right track, and Peter Dutton is putting every foot forward to put himself in that position, and he's becoming a credible alternative to the Prime Ministership. As you said before, he is the preferred Prime Minister at this point in time, which is remarkable. And it's remarkable considering that the Labor Party have spent the last 2 years saying that this bloke is unelectable, that he's unlikable. And they've convinced themselves of this narrative that, you know, no matter what happens in their own government or the scandals, the negativity, the stumbles that they have, in the back of their minds, they're thinking, but at least we're not Peter Dutton, at least, you know, we're electable and he's not electable. And they've convinced themselves of this narrative. And the Australian people are seeing another side to this because Peter Dutton is speaking sense to situations where people are being frustrated. Cost of living, energy prices, immigration, crime. He's speaking sense in all those areas, and the Labor Party have vacated the field on these issues.